In this tutorial, we will solve a real-life task from Upwork. The task is related to web scraping, and we need to parse data out of Zillow.com and Realtor.com. And we need to parse such data like sales price, property URL, GPS coordinates, and so on. In this tutorial, I will just focus on Zillow.com. So let me just show you this website. So we have New York here, and in New York we have almost 400 results, and such results are available on many pages, so we need to scrape data from all of them. So let's get started. First of all, we need to import a library requests, and this library will allow us to do HTTP GET requests. So let me just show you how we can do our first HTTP GET request. So let's say response variable, and we need to type requests.get, and so we need to specify URL, params, and headers. So let me explain all of them. So let's start from URL. Let's define it. Let me just copy it. Okay. We also need headers. So let me explain. We can obtain the headers. So in order to obtain headers, you just need to open Chrome Developer Tools. So let me just reload everything. Okay, I am banned. No worries, I will solve this captcha. So, and that's the reason why we need to specify headers and in order to do our HTTP GET request. So without headers, we will always have such kind of captcha. So let me just solve this captcha. So that's the reason why we need headers. But by the way, we can just request library allow us to do HTTP GET requests without specifying the headers, but we need to have them in order to avoid such captcha. Okay, so you need to find search query state line, and so we have request headers field, and here's the headers. So you need just to copy and paste all of them. So we have cookie parameter here, user agent, and so on. So you just need to copy and paste them, and I already did that. So let me just copy them. Okay. And we also need to specify params parameter in order to do our requests. So let me just show you what does it mean. So we here in network panel, we at the very bottom we have search query state field, and so you just need to copy and paste params from this field. I already did that. So let me just copy and paste them. And here you can see a current page variable. So one means the first one, and if we want to scrape data from the second one, we need to type 2. So let's specify params. Okay, and let's just print response. So let's make our first HTTP GET request. Okay, so here we have a successful status. Okay, so we completed this task and let's move forward. So I would like to create a class, and this class will represent our web scraper. So I would like to name it ZillowScraper. And let me define our first method. So I would like to name it fetch. And this method will allow us to do HTTP GET requests. So I just copy and paste the existing code. Okay, so we need to also copy our headers. So headers is going to be an attribute of this class. We need just to say self headers. Okay, so we have our method fetch, and I would like also to define a run method. So inside of the run methods, I would like to define a URL and params. Okay, so and let's just delete unnecessary lines. Okay, so let's just call our fetch method inside of run method, but we also need to return our response. Return response, and we also need to specify URL and params. Okay, so fetch method is ready. So let's call this method from run. So we need to say response self.fetch, and we need to specify URL. We need to specify headers. Oh no, we need to specify params, and that's it. Okay, and let's create the main runner for this script. So we need to say if name equals main, so let's just create an instance of our class. So let's say scraper ZillowScraper. Okay, and let's just call our methods run. Okay, that's it. So let's just make sure that everything works. Okay, so here we have a successful status. So everything works. So we already have a fetch method, but we also would like to have a parse method. So let's define parse. So this method will allow us to pull data out of HTML. So let's just specify a response. Okay, so, and let's import library, so that will allow us to parse data out of HTML. So we need to say from bs4 import BeautifulSoup. Okay, so, and here we need to just to say content. Okay, so, and let's just pass response into BeautifulSoup object, into BeautifulSoup. So we need to say response BeautifulSoup. Okay, that's it. And let me just show you what we will have after that. So I would like to, so first of all, let me just, inside of run method, I would like to call parse method. So I need to say self.parse, and I need to specify a response object, and I specifically need to submit a raw HTML text from the response object. Okay, so let's just see what we will have. Print content dot text. Okay, let me just prettify everything. Let me just say, so I can just call prettify method of BeautifulSoup object. Okay, so here we have a nested data structure, that represents our HTML. So it's a Python data structure, and this data structure represents HTML of the web page. So let me just show you a raw HTML. So this is a page source. So we have a lot of HTML here. So what we have is so we call fetch methods, and the fetch methods returns response object, and response res.text will allow us to obtain HTML, and we just parse this HTML using BeautifulSoup, and we have a content variable, and this variable just represents HTML as a nested data structure. So we can navigate this data structure using BeautifulSoup. Okay, so let's continue. So, and we would like to just pull data out of this variable. So let's take a look at our web page. So we are interested in price and other attributes like square footage. So let's just inspect this page. And I just looking for a parent element that contains all of the cards. So let me just try to look for it. Okay, so here's this element. So let me just show you that this tag includes all of the cards we are interested in. Okay, so let's just find this tag inside of nested data structure. So we need to say content dot find, and we need to specify a tag name, and we also need to specify a class attribute name and the value of this attribute. Let me just copy and paste it. Okay, that's it. So let's say deck. So it's like a deck of cards. Okay, so we have a parent element. So let me just show you this element. So I can just call deck prettify, and I just want to print it. Okay. Okay, everything works well. So we have this element. Okay, so everything worked great. So that is the same code as we can see here. So we can just expand all of them and we will see the same HTML code. Okay, so let's continue. We just need to extract data, right? So let me just try to look in more details. So we have a lot of childs, right? So we have child tags. Let's just look into one child tag. So, okay, so here we can see a script tag, and this script tag contains a JSON. So it's like a JSON linked data representation. So, and inside of this JSON, we have latitude, longitude, we have address, like name, floor size. Okay, and we also have URL. So we have a lot of data. So we just need to look for so first of all, we need to extract child elements, and inside of each child element, we need to extract this script tag. Okay, so, and let me just show you one important thing here. So we have cards here, right? So let me show you. This tag represents the first one. This tag represents the second one. This tag represents the third one, right? So, and let me just compare this tag and other tags. So the first one tag contains script tag, and this script tag contains the data we need, right? But at the same time, this one tag does not contain a script tag at all. So we can just expand all of the text, but we will not find it. That's because this tag is just, this card is just an add. So this card does not contain data we are interested in. So we need to avoid this card, and I will show you how we can do it. But first of all, we just need to extract the child elements. And each page contains 40 child elements. I mean li tags. And one of them, so it's have number 41. So it's just one extra tag, is just reserved for advertisement purposes. So let's just continue. So I can obtain child elements by typing contents. So this attribute will allow me to see direct childs of this one variable. So let me just type, let's say, for card in the contents. So, and each card will represent li tag. Okay, so, and inside of li tag, we just need to say, we need to extract script tag, right? So we need to say script, and we just need to call a find method, and we are looking for script tag, and here we have, we can just also specify a type attribute name type, and it equals to have value, has value, application ld json. Okay, so we have a script, and let me explain so how we can avoid an advertisement card. So we just need to say if script, and that's it. So the script variable will be equal to none in case of advertisement card. So for the rest of the cards, I mean 40 cards, we will have a relevant cards for us. So it means that we can just, let me just print script dot prettify so we will see the data. Okay, everything worked great. So we have a script type application ld json. So this is a BeautifulSoup object, and it is called BeautifulSoup tag object. Okay, so we just need to extract the data out of this BeautifulSoup tag object, right? But let me explain how we can do that. So an usual way how we can extract text from a BeautifulSoup tag object is by typing script.text, but it will not work. So let me just show you a documentation for BeautifulSoup. So we have, as of BeautifulSoup version, this version, when LXML parser is used, or HTML parser, the contents of script, style, and template text are not considered to be text, since those texts are not part of the human visible content of the page. So this is the reason why text will not work. So we need to type contents instead. So, and here we have just text out of the tag. So we will have this text. Okay, and we need to transform this text into, and it's not going to be a string. It's going to have a type like BeautifulSoup script, but it's very similar to usual string. So we just need to convert it into JSON. So in this case, let me just import JSON. Okay. So we need to say script JSON, and we just need to type JSON.loads, and let's just submit. Okay, so we will have a JSON object here, which means in our case Python dictionary. So let me just print it. Okay, everything worked great. So we have dictionary, and let's extract data that we need. So we can extract name, and this name will contain address. We can extract floor size and other values. Okay, so we need to define script JSON, and let's look at name. So let me just print it. Let me just look at our initial requirements. Oh, so we don't need address, so we need GPS coordinates. So let me just extract them. So we need to define a, so let me just show you. So we have GEOK, and inside of this K we have one more dictionary, and we need to look for latitude, longitude. So let's say latitude. Longitude. Okay, so we just extracted this data. Okay, so, and we will not print it, so let me just explain what we need to do. So we need to define a results variable, results attribute, and we are going to have, so let me just say results append. So I need to say self dot results, and I need to call append method, and let me just we will be putting a dictionaries into this method. Okay, so we will have such case like latitude, longitude, so let's see, we will also need a URL, okay, let me just look for URL. Oh, okay, so let's extract flow size. So we just need to say script json flow size. We also can extract URL. So we need to say script json. So let me just find it. Okay, URL key. So I hope that everything will work. So let's see it. Okay. And I just need to also specify a parser. It is not necessary, but I would like to use LXML parser. So, and I would like to also to print data. So let me just print it. So let's say print result self dot results. Okay. Okay, that's great. So here we have okay, so let me just make one correction. So in order to obtain footage, square footage, we need to also say value here. Okay. So here we have a list of results, and each results has latitude, longitude, flow size, and URL. Okay, that's great. But we also need to find price. So let's just look into our web page. So let's inspect it. So we are interested in this field. So let me just expand other tags. So list card info. Okay, list card heading, list card price, list card details. Okay, list card price. So we need to find also list car price. So, and we can find it inside of our cart. So we can just specify a price attribute, and we need just to say cart dot find, and let's say we are looking for this tag, and we also need to specify class. Let me just copy and paste it. Okay, so that's it. So let me just rerun everything. Okay, and I forgot to extract text. So we need to extract text from this tag. Okay, so here we have a price. Okay, so we extracted data from each card. So, and we also need to just iterate over our pages. Okay, so we need to say for loop for page in range. So let's see how many pages we have. Okay, so we have 12 pages. So we need to say for in range. Okay. So, and so what we need to do here, and we need to just to modify our params attribute variable. So we need to say okay. So, and after that we just need to, so we have response. Okay, so everything should work. So I hope that we will not be banned. So it is better to specify a delay. So let's import time. And let's just, we can specify a delay here. So let's say, let me think what is the better place to specify delay. I think that we need to specify it inside of run method. So let's specify it here. Time.sleep, and let's sleep for 2 seconds. Okay, so, and we will populate our results attribute for each page. So let's run this code. And I just forgot to delete print statements from parse method. So let me just delete them. Okay, let's run everything again. Let's wait for results. Okay, so it's strange a little bit. Okay, I deleted print statement from fetch methods. So let me just do text. So let's me rerun everything. Okay, sorry, I just need to status code. Okay, success, success, success. Okay, so let me just specify the last one method that we need. So these methods will allow us to store data inside of CSV file. So let's say to CSV self, and let's say this open Zillow.csv as CSV file. Let's create a writer. So CSV dot so let me just think about it. Oh, okay, I need to also to import CSV module. CSV dot dict writer. We need to specify CSV file. We need to specify field names. So let's say self dot results keys. And let's write header. Okay, and let's write everything row by row, line by line. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. So I will see you in the next video.